you. And y'all can still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay,
All right.
so we're recording. Let me set a timer.
All right.
Okay.
So I have not actually started writing yet. 'Cause
Mhm.
life has been kicking me in the booty. Um, but I did do my outline and I'm going to talk about music. So I have my introduction, which I talked to when I did my brainstorming thing. I got to work on a thesis statement. So
Mhm.
we'll come back around to that one. And then my first body paragraph, I'm gonna talk about like bittersweet songs and artists to me. So I'm gonna talk about explosions in the sky. So very long story short, because I know we're on a timer. I had a baby girl almost 8 years ago. She got adopted. It's an open adoption. I see her all the time. It's awesome. I whenever I was pregnant and she would be like flipping out like inside, I would always play explosions in the sky and she would
Mhm.
chill out. And then the band, not the well, the rapper Suicide Boys, was shown to me by her birth father who passed away of an overdose when
Oh.
she was a month old. I still love Suicide Boys. I listen to them all the time. I've seen them probably about 11 times, but I'm gonna probably focus on Suicide Boys in that aspect rather
Yeah.
than like the aspect, like a different aspect that I also see them in.
Mhm.
Um, my second body paragraph, I'm gonna talk about like party vibe songs. Um, so like kind of like I put a few examples in there, like Druggies with Hooligans by Schoolboy Q, Super Gremlin by Kodak Black, and then After Dark by
Mhm.
Mr. Kitty. I have a lot of memories. I have a lot of memories tied in with those songs of like being at like parties and stuff like that, like cops pulling up when Schoolboy Q was blasting outside of my friend's house because we
Like
didn't know
that.
yeah, because we didn't know there were
Mhm.
speakers in the front yard too. It was this
Mhm.
whole thing. So kind of like songs that make me feel and like take me back to like that
Yeah.
time. And then my third one, I'm gonna be like my nostalgic stuff. So like my dad who raised me, he raised me on the Smiths and Morrissey. So I have huge connection to the Smiths. My mom raised me on Mazzy Star. So gonna connect to that. And then Bob Marley will always remind me of like my biological dad, Brian, who I still have a very good relationship with. And yeah. Always reminds me of like going to the beach with them when I was
Mhm.
little. So yeah. And this is
Yeah.
actually essay that I'm really excited to write because it's music has always been a large part of me. I've been to more concerts than I can even remember or count.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
All right.
I like it.
And
Cool.
that is mine. Okay. Let me stop sharing so somebody else can share. Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to go?
For the bigger goals. Yes, I just want to make sure we're all doing everything, just in case. I was just rereading it. We're good.
Okay.
Because sometimes there's a few parts to it, so I didn't want
Yeah.
to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can go.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Oh wait, let me just do this first. So this is my outline. I kind of just threw it together.
Mhm.
Um, and I did start writing. I have 2 paragraphs so far. But pretty much I'm writing about different dog owners you see at a doggy daycare. And then in my introduction, I kind of give like a little bit of a background, how long I've worked there and all that stuff. And then like a few different types. I did have a lot of ideas for different categories. I still might change some of them. But I pretty much put the main ones that I see, like the helicopter parents, they will watch the cameras 24/7. They'll call if they don't see their dog. They're kind of like micromanaging, um, which I honestly would consider myself a helicopter parent. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
100%.
I can be that way too.
Yeah.
And then the second paragraph, this is the one I'm thinking about changing. The first timer, so it's people who have never owned a dog before and they have questions about literally everything from like, what should I feed my dog to like, why does my dog's poop look like this? They just literally, it's question after question. And then for my last category, I have the frequent flyer. These are the customers that have been coming to us for years and they come almost every day and they trust us. They know us by name. And they don't even like introduce their dog. They just hand over their dog and they're like, all right, bye.
Mhm.
And then let's see. So yeah, it's pretty much what I have so far.
I like that one.
I think the first time I do have a question. Do you think the first timer and the helicopter like kind of overlap a little?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was running into. They have like similar characteristics,
Mhm.
but I mean the helicopter parents more like they don't really ask questions. They kind of just like, where's my dog? Here's a list of, yeah, I mean I guess they are kind of the same.
I feel
But
like
yeah, that,
maybe helicopter is just more like anxious and scared,
yeah,
like
yeah.
always assuming the worst.
Yeah, I think I even put that in here. Like in
Mhm.
my last sentence, I put as someone who categorizes themselves as a helicopter parent, I know these owners want nothing but the best for their dogs, and perhaps we are the type to have a little bit of separation anxiety.
Yes. Oh, I like that
Um,
too.
I also put in here, I don't know if this like really translates to other people. I know it like translates to my coworkers, but I put in here, it's kind of like a joke where we had a customer, they were like looking at the cameras and they thought their dog was limping. So
Mhm.
like we checked and they weren't even looking at their dog, they were looking at a three-legged dog. So of course that dog was limping.
Yes.
I don't know if that translates or not. Like, do you guys find that funny?
Yeah,
I think that's funny.
I
Okay.
think that's good.
Okay, good. But yeah,
Like
that's
that's
pretty
not
much.
even your dog, man.
It's not even your dog, but then it's a dog with three legs. Of course it's limping. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of amazing.
I don't know what if I don't do the first timer, I was thinking about the influencer like owner, but I don't know.
That would be a good one.
I just can't think of like characteristics of an influencer owner.
They're always asking for something for free. They're always trying to
Yeah.
make a trade. They're always constantly like trying to take pictures of you and the play.
Yeah, like
That is true.
photo op.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
more
true.
interested in like pretending like they're, like trying to set you up to be big.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down because I do want to do that influencer.
I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good one.
Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. Zia, do you want to go and just talk about what you think you might write about, or do you want me to go and then you can go?
No, I don't want to go. I haven't put it together yet.
No, that I know, but I just wanted to make
What
sure. Do
kind
you
of
want to talk
what
about?
kind of stuff do you like?
Yeah.
Um,
Like what do you do for work?
oh Lord, I work at CVS, but I just I could basically say quit Walmart, but I used to do the online order filling, and I just went to Target basically, and I do that one. It's
That
very
would that could be a good one. You could talk about like different types of orders that people do.
I
Or
was thinking that I'm not even gonna lie because different orders make me feel different ways. You could tell
yeah.
just off what they get,
Yeah, I know. I'm always
like
afraid that
what type of people they are.
I do the online, I do the pickup for Walmart like once a month, and I'm always afraid that they're going to be looking at my order and they're going to be like, I don't want to be this guy anymore. You'd be
I
like,
always no, like no, it be crazy though. It just be crazy because people get different stuff every day. It just they'll just like I could get one order like somebody will get a lot of food and then they'll get apprentices and then
Yep.
they'll get baby clothes and pampers. So it's like you got a baby.
You gonna have another one?
Yeah.
I always kind of think that too. Like if I ever like if I order like a whole bunch of like chocolate or something or like Cheez-Its, because that's like my go-to sometimes. And then it's tampons.
Mhm.
It's like,
Oh yeah,
This is-
I do be saying that.
this is this is obvious.
And then like if they trying to make us switch it out, I got y'all. I always get the biggest pack.
Yep.
I got y'all.
See, that would be, I think that would be a good thing to kind of like write about, like how you can, like the 3 different types of people. It's like, oh, you have somebody that is like clearly on like their time, like so, like does that make sense?
Yes.
You do like
Yeah.
Cause some people just get nothing. Like they'll just get a electronic and it'll be real expensive. And you'll be like, yeah, you
I
been
was talking
wanting
about the
it.
super
You must
lazy
been
people
wanted
that
this.
literally like that will order like a PlayStation. It's like, why don't you just like come in and get the damn
They ain't
PlayStation?
gonna
Does
do
having
that.
to, okay, so as a person who
They
is,
be getting the biggest TVs too.
yeah, well, I would never get the TV like that. No, I would. I have. But what I will
They
do
do.
is I'm like, I don't want to park. I don't want to walk all the way in. I don't want to end up in line when I could just order
That's-
it and then get there. And
I'm
then
not even gonna lie. I use
I guess in my
Yeah.
brain,
online a lot.
I guess in my brain, I'm thinking of like a DoorDash delivery
yeah.
But
rather
no,
than
like
like site pickup.
DoorDash.
I DoorDash way too much. I
DoorDash
want
is
to-
different. There are times where I'm like, I can't do this because I am way too lazy. But the online pickup, I feel like I've done half the work. Like I got in the car, I drove there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm
true.
like, it's not as bad where I don't feel as guilty. But I do DoorDash and I'm like, I just spent $400 for Taco Bell. I
Yeah.
have to work for the rest of my life to be able to get Taco Bell. It's crazy.
Yeah, my boyfriend, my
real.
boyfriend and I will like, we'll sit there. We'll be like, yeah, all right, like let's get this, let's get this, let's just pay for it. It gets to the house, we're eat it, and we're like, we really just spent $60 to do
Yeah.
this. Like,
Yeah. I always feel
And
bad
then
whenever I do the Walmart pickup though, because like I'll always be like, okay, so I'm getting groceries, but then there's 1 or 2 things I need for the house, and I know that they're on the other side of the store. So I'm always like, God damn it, I don't want to be that person.
why was I finna say that? They call that a generals.
Yeah.
So if it's something, if they get something all the way on the other side of the store, and then they get some on the other opposite side of the store, you gotta go do it, and it come out as it's called a general. So you see what type of walk you'll get before you get it, so you know how you will feel. I can't explain it. So like the grocery is called an ambient. So if like you doing groceries or you just getting cleaning products, basic stuff, that's an ambient, and that's like 100 items. So you'll be on the floor for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
damn.
It just all them different, and I forgot the food, the cold food type. But it's the cold food type too. I don't like that because your hands get to getting so cold. If
Yeah.
it's not on the floor, they want you to go in the back and get it. So we gotta go in the big freezers and get it.
I think that would be really good to write a paper about that because it's something that you know, but you can also make it funny because you're noticing
Yeah.
those patterns, and that stuff about people is the best stuff because it's the stuff that we like know about ourselves, but we love to read about someone else. It makes us feel
Yes.
better. I want to read about how other people are inconveniencing people. I don't feel so guilty.
Me too. I'll do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send my paper tonight to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So let me share. Okay. Okay, so I wrote my paper. So this is my draft. So I am talking about different types of plant people because I got really into plants and got super crazy for a while. And I am talking about how I got into plants a little bit. And then the types of plant people I'm talking about are hobbyists like myself who like enjoy them, get really into it, but don't take it too serious. Then I'm talking about the purists, which are like usually like the older, more conservative people who have a tendency to like only grow specific plants to wherever they live, but they also
That's
have a tendency to
smart.
be kind of assholes about things. They're usually very set in their ways.
They are.
And then they're like, well, you can't do that. And then they also remind you all the time about how they were into things long before you were. And then I'm also talking about plant fluencers, which is the influencer.
Yeah.
And these are the people who like got into it around the pandemic too. Like that's kind of when I started to get into it. And at one point thought I was going to be like a cool influencer person and then realized that I did not want that. But and then I'm talking about them, and it's how they like always used to come in and they used to show everything off, buy all these really expensive plants, and they would sell them, and everything was all about collabs and all this stuff online. And then how they just disappeared, and now they all sell sneakers on Depop or collect VHS. So that's
That's great.
Like that. I just looked at it. All I see is, but I killed them all.
yeah. There was that's for the that is for the part about the traditional, like more purist. I had when I got really, really into plants, some lady came into my salon and she was like obsessed with all the plants I had. And we started talking, and she was like 55 and she was like, I grow Hoyas. It's these old plants that people like a lot of like grandmothers would know about. And I ended up hanging out with her, and she had like two 12,000-foot greenhouses, like square foot greenhouses. Then she just grew them and sold them, and she was really good. But like she gave me a bunch of plants once, and like I hung out with her again and was like, I killed them all. How did I do that? And she literally just like walked me up and down the aisles and was like, this is what it would have looked like if you didn't kill it. This is what you need to do next time. And I was like, thanks, Susan, you're the best. Also made me feel like shit.
Those Hoyas are pretty.
Hoyas can be really cool, and they put out like really pretty flowers. But now I have Hoyas that I've had forever. But at the time, she gave me like the super rare, weird ones too. Like she used to like crossbreed that. It was crazy. I was like, this is too much pressure. I don't want to do this. I just want to like look at them and have fun. So yeah, that's what I'm writing about. It was a lot easier than I thought to write it. Once I just kind of like we did the outline, I felt like the outline really helped to guide what you wanted. So you could kind of like look at that and then step by step put it together. So that made it a lot easier. So now I'm just kind of going through and like updating everything, taking out because I love a lot of fluff words. So to make it not so intense. Because that's what I like to do. I like to put in, and then one day I found out, and I can just make it a lot more short and sweet.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
And
My
then they'll like words always like conciseness, put together. Take
Yeah.
out those 3 words and just leave the 1 word and like
Yes.
okay.
My boyfriend will go through proofread it, and he'll just be like, delete, you don't need that. He's like, you said that sentence twice, 4 times. Okay, thank you.
That sounds like my boyfriend as well.
Yeah. Helpful, but also back up.
Your little dog I love so much. Just like KO'd.
Just she's dead to the world. She's such a bitch. Okay. All right, guys. So we are done. I'm gonna stop recording.